Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down 4 different types of boulder problems that you might encounter as you progress into the more intermediate stages of climbing. And I'm selecting them because they gave me problems as I was working through them, and they also represent different styles or types of problems that you may find in a gym. So the first type of boulder problem I'm calling comp style light. So it has a little dynamic movement and a little coordination involved, but it's nothing crazy like you see in the World Cup nowadays. The second type of problem is of the overhanging variety, and these involve more careful toe and heel hooks to work through the problem. So the third problem you may encounter is a compression style problem, and this specific one is compression on an arete. The last type of problem is crimpy and technical, and this is just as straightforward as it sounds. Small crimps with very precise technical footwork. Okay, the first type of problem, which I dubbed comp style light, is a slightly more dynamic problem on some sort of slopers and small jugs, and you're jumping through a couple volumes to get to the top. So what I think is nice about this problem and why I chose it is because of the first move. It's a dynamic swing out to a volume, and you have to use a toe hook to position your body. So now here is the start. I grab 2 slopers and move right to a nice jug, and then this toe hook allows me to support all my weight and cross my left arm over. And then, when I'm about to release the toe hook at my full extension, I do that coordination move into the next Gaston move. So after you catch the swing, it's important to quickly set yourself up for the next move. I pulled my body in, so I had the momentum to move out to the next crimp. Crossed over and crossed through to grab the next hold. And then I stepped up to grab the finish hold. However, I also wanted to get a little higher onto this crimp, and well, you see how that went. The way to finish, the correct beta was to cross through, stay with that low foothold, which allowed your body and your weight to lie directly under the hold, so you didn't sway or you weren't imbalanced. Unbalanced? So just to recap, I think this problem's nice to look at because it introduces you to a slight coordination move where you have to control your body when you come out of a swing, and also how to use a toe hook really effectively so you can get full extension when reaching for other holds. Okay, so now we get into the second type of problem, which is an overhang problem. It is maybe my style, but I like it because it involves a bicycle and some very carefully placed heel hooks. So you can see it's this pink problem, climbing up the roof onto these small crimps, and then there's the final top out. So the start is on a good jug that's around chest level, and then you have a good foot to push off of. So the first move, you get some momentum and swing out so your right hand catches a crimp. Now here you switch feet so you're in balance, and this is the first more technical move. You have to set up a bicycle on these 2 pink holds. So the bicycle is important because it keeps your lower body from swinging out as you move up. You can see my left foot is toe hooking and my right foot is pressing down, so I'm squeezing in on those 2 pink holds, which allows me to move my arms without my legs swinging out from under me. So after the bicycle, you have to place a left heel hook, and that allows me to pull my body in and reach up for this crimp. I flag out with my right leg, and then I bring my right hand in so I have more room to place a right heel hook. And that right heel hook is what allows me to pull up and grab the last crimp. Right here, I'm pulling with my left arm and also pulling in with my right leg, and I can stay close to the wall and grab the crimp. And then you top out, and that's it. So I think this climb's really great because it's a nice introduction to overhangs where the crimps are pretty good, but without a bicycle or the heel hooks, there's really no easy way to do this problem. That more advanced foot technique keeps your body in tension and close to the roof, so you're not swinging around and cutting feet. It also helps when you're trying to pull for farther holds. Instead of using just a lock off, you can sort of torque in with your legs and your hips, keep your body close to the wall, and reach to those crimps. So this third problem is maybe on the outside looks pretty straightforward. It's just a compression problem on the surette, but there are some tips that I like to keep in mind when climbing on compression problems because they always look easier than they are. So here's the top out right here. So in this particular problem, you start on a pretty good sloper, little traverse crossing through. And what I think is important for all these holds is when you grab them, you have to grab quickly and precisely, because the more you adjust, the more you'll just slip off. So for this problem, you just have to squeeze, move quickly and with precision, and then at the very end, there's a little heel hook that allows you to release your right hand and top out. And you can see that right here. Maybe that wasn't the best example, but I do think compression problems are ones you will run into, and they're not something that's very common in the lower grades. So knowing how to climb them effectively and efficiently is important. So the last problem I chose is the Crimpy technical problem, and this is my weakness, and I actually wasn't able to finish this. But I wanted to include it anyway because I thought it's an example of this problem where you have to be strong, you have to have strong fingers, but also footwork is key to making this as easy as it could possibly be, which it isn't easy at all. So if we break this one down, it starts on 2 low crimps and you traverse out to the right. And the first important move, I think, for this traverse is getting low, so your center of gravity is below these crimps, and that allows you to hang on them rather than try to squeeze them. And I do that with a left drop knee, so that keeps my body positioning very low and centered. So you can see here, I switch feet, move into the drop knee, knees are bent so I'm low to the ground. On these crimps, I always try to move my feet first and adjust my weight, either left or right, before I move to the next crimp. All of these were pretty bad, so it was important that my center of mass was directly below the holds and I wasn't leaning left or right. So here you see me stepping out right, reaching up and bending my knee, which allows my weight to shift to the right as well. And then when I move to these crimps, I try to move all my weight to my right toe. I'm really pushing down on that foothold so my body is not swinging out left. You want to make sure your hips are as close to the wall as possible, so you can do that by shifting your weight and really pivoting on your toes and being conscious of how you turn your body. I try to slap my right foot, get better positioning. I'm really leaning on my right leg, so my weight is as low as it can go and all that pressure is in my right foot. That should help me explode up to the top out, but I wasn't able to do it. Okay, there you have it. That's 4 different types of boulder problems you may encounter in the gym. Obviously, this doesn't cover at all the many different styles and types of problems, but these are just 4 that stood out to me and that I thought everyone should know as they start progressing and getting better at climbing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a different type of gym climbing video, and I want to do more of these, so if you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.